Good morning, everyone. This is Debbie from Stamps and Stuff, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator based out of beautiful Lake Havasu City, Arizona. And today we have a really cute little fun fold card with a retractable lipstick on it. So that will be really fun. Now, as I go through this video, you don't have to worry about writing down any of the particulars, how to make the mechanism or anything like that. When I am done, I will go to the computer and I will make sure everything's up on my blog, and then it will go live. You'll have to give me a couple hours after the video to get everything finished. Then this video will be on the blog, and in between the video and the picture and of the card and the video, there is a little sentence that says click here for PDF. And that's what you want to click on, and then the PDF will open and you can print that off. But this is not a copy of the actual PDF, but this is another one. It will have photographs, it'll have instructions, measurements, all of that, and then it has a supply list. So that's my gift to you for stopping by and watching my video. This is a lot of fun. Also, if you would please like, share, comment, and subscribe, I would so appreciate it. It helps me to build my business. And besides the drawing that we're having coming up Thursday, and then if you'll remember that if you don't win the monthly drawing, your name goes into a big pot back there, and then we're going to have a big drawing at the end of the year. So because you lose one drawing doesn't mean you've lost everything. Also, I will draw for somebody that does those 4 actions. I will give you guys 48 hours from today, and this is Saturday morning, so you'll have 2 days. So on Monday, I will pick somebody who has done those 4 actions, and I will send you this card. So that I'm going to start doing that with my videos, and I don't know why I didn't think about that before, but that's what we're going to do now. So anyway, I'd also like to mention that my online class to go, these are the cards this month. And if you are interested in the online class to go, and there's 3 cards and the supplies for 2 of each, so you can make 6 cards. That's if you want the kit. But I have pricing that's structured 4 different ways. So if you're interested in that, email me at debbie@stampsandstuff.org, and I will shoot you out the information flyer, and I can bill you through PayPal for that. Then also on my website under the online classes, there will be links to the previous 2 that I've done. This is just the 3rd month that I have done them. So this would be an example of another class here, and they're usually fun folds and things like this card, and they are available on my website. You can go up to the classes and you click on the drop down menu, and you can pull up the classes and the PDF and all the links to all the videos. What I'm doing now is there's a separate video and PDF for each card that's in my online classes. So when you purchase that through the website, the website will send you the links for the PDFs and the videos, and you can go back to them at any time. You can take the class at your leisure, same way with the online classes. So okay, I think my host code, this is still the host code for this month, and I have gotten a couple orders that some people have placed orders using the host code, but then somehow they click the do not contact button. And I know one person even emailed them saying that they could be contacted, but it's still on my screen is showing up do not contact. So I can't contact you for an address to send you the free gift. All orders over $35 using this host code get a free gift. All orders get a handmade card. So I've got that card sitting there. So if you're the one, there's one of them that emailed and said, please change it to contact, but I'm still Stampin' Up! Still, I can't see the address to mail you a card. So anyway, if that's you, get in touch with me, please, because I don't want to contact somebody that doesn't want to be contacted, but I want everybody to be able to at least, get their card that I send them. So I think that's it. Sneak peek. The next video will be this pop-up. So that's a sneak peek. Okay, I think we're ready to get started. I've got everything else out of the way. Today we are using the Dress to Impress, and this is a retractable lipstick. And how I saw this, there was a company that they kind of specialize in shaker cards. And it came through on my Facebook feed, and it had this, and then it had kind of a nail polish thing next to it. But anyway, this was retractable, but I looked at it. I mean, it's done differently, and of course they want you to buy their dies for it and everything. But I thought, oh, we have that lipstick. So I went and pulled it out, and I kind of worked with it, and I came up with my own way of doing that mechanism. But that was the inspiration on that. It just kind of came through on my feed, and I go, whoa, that's cute. So anyway, it was on a different card also, but it was with a shaker. But anyway, this is my version of that, but that is where that came from. So this will be the card. Be as bold as your lipstick here. Alrighty, now then, this is the stamp set, and this one is carrying over to our new catalog. We got to see the new catalogs, the demonstrators on the website. Beautiful catalog. You're gonna love it. Some really, really cool stuff in there. So anyway, and if you guys are interested, I have my catalog this year, and I have everything marked that is discontinued in it. I can go through page by page on a video if you guys are interested in that. And I also have the sale price. Now, anything that is being discontinued, you can go on Stampin' Up's website and you can get the discontinued list. I can also, in fact, I should post that on my website, on my blog. Okay, and everything that's been discontinued, it is on sale. Some of them as high as 60% off. So you might want to go to my blog at stampsandstuff.org and hit the Shop with Me button. It'll take you right to the online store, and you can see what's on sale. And like I say, some of them are 60%, but there's a lot of them, and things, once they go, they know they're going to be retired. They sell out fast. So don't forget, use my host code for a free gift on all orders over 35. All orders, no matter the size, get a card from me. That's if you don't hit the do not contact button. So anyway, all right, then this is also with this set. This is the die set that goes with it, and like I said, this set will be carrying over. Then I'm also using the Stitch So Sweetly. I believe they carried over too. So anyway, my DSP that I'm using is the True Love DSP, and it is just really beautiful. Beautiful paper. And I usually order more than one set of designer paper, and then I cut one set up so that it's ready to go for cards for me, and then I put them in the cases. So alrighty, here we'll get going. I know I've mentioned it before. For all my card shapes or whatever, I make card samples with instructions, and all the measurements are on the back. And that's what the container that we get our dies in, I take that, and that's what I use for these. And then usually, I don't know, I haven't named it, but I'll put a name on it that kind of cues me what the die is, and then I have a big file that I file these in. And after I get done with this live, I will be making, as I make my tutorial, I will put this in there also and put my tutorial in there so that I can, because believe it or not, after a few days or after you've watched this video, you think you'll remember it, but you go to do it and it's like, there's just too much clogging up our brains, I guess, these days, and it's hard, but that will make it easier for you. Okay, I'm going to get this card set up, and then we'll get into the mechanism. Now, last week on Tuesday, we had storms all around us. It was not raining or storming here, but we had the wind and the skies were dark and it was raining all around us. Now, we're in the desert, so the rain does tend to go right around us, and they call it the Havasu Dome because it very rarely rains here. So anyway, I could not get on, and then Friday, I had an issue also. It was also gloomy, but what I found is Tim and I both have new iPhones, and somehow my iPhone wanted to connect up with our old internet provider, and I don't know how because we haven't had that provider since. But there must be something out there floating around because it kept wanting to get on Netgear. But I didn't figure that out until later in the day, and I had already missed my time. So anyway, I hate that. And I will have actual times when I can get proficient enough at my electronics here to be able to be, that you can really count on that time. So I hate to say I'm going to be here and then have something happen and I can't. That kind of stresses me out. So anyway, we'll get it. But I'm new to all this electronic stuff, and I am searching for trying to decide what kind of iPad. Does anybody out there have the new iPad Pro? If they do, let me know what they think of it. It's supposed to have a gigabyte of storage. Not a gig, but a terabyte, which is quite a bit more. Okay. This was off, and that was bugging me. Okay, now when you do these cards that have a panel like this, when you affix them here, make sure you don't get glue or anything that shows on the bottom half. You want it just on the top, and I'm using the black dimensionals. So I'm going to go about probably halfway down. So anyway, I have got tons of things building up that I'd like to get on video. Okay, so then I'm going to put this, center this right here. Whoop, this one. Boy, it must have been late at night when I did this. I think it's actually the DSP layer that is off. Anyway, when you do yours, yeah, it's the DSP that's off. So I will, rather than mess this whole panel up, I will take care of that later. And whoever gets this card won't get this one. They'll get one of the others. So I won't send you a inferior, but yeah, this DSP, sometimes when I cut long on my big cutter, I've had it for so long, the thing that holds it in place is kind of just not, it's old, so I need to get it replaced. Alrighty, okay, now let's start with our mechanism here. We've got this far enough along. Okay, now then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp our lipstick with our memento. And always with your photopolymer, you want to put it on a matted surface or a little bit of padding. These stamps don't have the cushion on them that the others do. These are great because you can see through them where you want to place something. And I am going to place this pretty close down to the bottom, because what I want to do now up at the top is I have a 5/8 inch hole punch, and I am going to go right through here, and I am going to clip that just like that. And that's the window that, so that you can see through here. Can you see that? See, that's the window. So we have to put the window in. So you want to make sure that you stamp this down fairly close to the bottom. Whoop, get that under there so you can see it, huh? All righty. Now then, I have stamped another one just on a scrap piece of paper. And see how I have just taken and colored the lipstick, and then I've brought the color down clear to the bottom. I didn't worry about this because actually what I am going to do is take my snips and I am going to cut right up there. So I want to cut this out, and this will be the actual lipstick that's going to come up. So I want to, and what you can do with the end of this so that you don't see, you kind of tend to see that white core. You can take your marker, your blend, and just go on the edge, and that's so that you won't be seeing any white. It just makes it look more realistic. Okay. Now then, what I did to this, here I'm going to leave that. I have a little opening here, and it's probably, I want to say, a little less than 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, almost more than a 1/16, but less than an 1/8 right there. How I did that, and I have had these for years, and you can do it with an X-Acto knife, but these are some dies that I have had for, oh, I don't know, 20 years. So what I did is I just placed this one there and then hammered it. I won't do it because I'm on glass and that wouldn't be too good. But anyway, that gives me the opening. But you can also take your X-Acto knife, and of course you want to use a little thing here, and you can X-Acto this out here with a straight edge. And I would X-Acto it right in the middle. Right there. In fact, I got that over on the side more. So I'm going to take and do it right next to it. I will have this all on pictures on the tutorial. So there you go. That's what that is going to look like after it's cut out. Okay, then what you're going to do, let me put this X-Acto over there so I don't end up cutting my arm off or something. Okay, now then, what you're going to do with this is you're going to color this, and with the reds, they seem to want to jump their boundaries, so color them just right, not clear up to the line, but they will kind of blend into the line. So, and I didn't worry about shading this. This one I glittered. And I'll tell you, I glitter because it tends to, with loose glitter, because it tends to show on a video better. But I would use Winkostella if you want it glitzy, because at the first, it almost had to wear that track back in there. Where that little brad is, it didn't, at first, it didn't want to go along that glitter. So anyway, use your Winkostella. Okay. So then also, this will be the one that goes in behind here, this one. And when this is all the way up, you see how you can see that white one? That should be changed. You need to take and do this. And I meant to fix that before I did it, so that when this is over here and it's the retraction is all the way up, you're not going to see this white here. Now I suppose maybe that's nitpicking, I don't know, but I would like to see it all the way red. And on the new one that I've done, that is how it's done. See this here? That way it looks, you see that red barrel. Okay, so you have this piece here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our little brad. And I also colored the tip of the brad. The tip of the brad, I colored it with my Stampin' blend. So if you're making your lipstick a different color, you can color these brads. Now, these are what these brads look like. And I also had these, and I thought, well, this would be better because it's a little bigger brad to hold on to and slide. The only problem is this barrel here is too wide. And if you put it on the narrow side and you flip these, see, these are going to mess with your mechanism because they would have to be the other way, vertical, but then they're too wide to slide along there. So there's good points about those, but they will not work with this. And these I got in an office supply. And for other sliding mechanisms, they're great. And also, you can get your little clips, whatever, the word has left me, in all different colors, but I like to use the gold because then I can just colorize them. Even you can take embossing powder if you have colored embossing powder, and what you do is you would just take your plain little fastener and you'd put it right at the barrel of your heat gun. In other words, put it right, even just right in the hole of that nozzle of your heat gun. Get this really hot, dip it in your embossing powder, whatever color you want, and then just hit it with the heat gun again, and that will colorize them also. And they're really cool. And it's a very easy way to do your bills. Alrighty. Now then, what I'm going to do is, oh, this is hard to see because it's colored. Can you see where that hole is? In other words, there's two horizontal lines and you want to make that, punch that hole right underneath that horizontal line. And then I'm going to clip this off. I'm going to clip off, oh, I don't know, how far is that? Probably 3/8 of an inch you want to leave on it. Okay, so now I am going to put this right here, put my mechanism tab thingy, Hummer for the dinger, whatever you want to call it. But make sure when you open this that these are going vertical and they do not go over the top, that they don't go past this little deal here. You want them going vertical. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I am going to take some little foam strips, and I love these. They are the foam adhesive sheets that we use for die cutting. They're have adhesive on both sides, and I can cut them in small strips. I can do whatever I want with them. So these are like a giant dimensional. They just are really cool. So I have them in strips, and I think I had cut some right here. Whoop, I will just cut some more. So I want to put it along the track so that the mechanism does not get, or the lipstick does not get wonky. You want it to stay as straight as you can. And then I'm going to cut part of this off. And I always have a pair of older craft room scissors, and these have a little play in them, but I want it fairly close to that tube. Okay. So that when this mechanism slides back and forth, it's kind of hard to slide it in the beginning. When you slide this up, and down, you want those two tracks to hold it in place. And you can also take one of these little pieces and put it along the bottom so that it does not, the mechanisms get played with a lot, so you don't want it being able to kind of escape the bottom by tearing that little slit that you have. Okay, now then I'm going to take this and I am going to put it here. And do you see how that red is in behind there now? See the tubes all the way up and the barrel right here where the slit is, you can see it's red. So that's how we want it. And there you go. And as these, now there you go. I want to take that off and thin that down because I don't want the mechanism, that mechanism, if it's not going right, you've got something messing with your mechanism. And I don't edit videos because this is exactly how stamping goes. There we go. That's exactly how stamping goes. And you need to know that when we make mistakes, and everybody does, so don't get discouraged. It's just, there's always a workaround and a way to fix whatever happens, and often you discover a new technique, an easier way of doing something by correcting your problem. Okay, and since I had that other slit there, I don't want, well, no, I should put this on the card because you'll get another one. Well, no, I'm going to do this. All righty. Make up your mind, Debbie. Okay. So now we're going to put dimensionals, and I would secure this pretty good because it's going to get messed with. I should have cut just a rectangle and put it in. So there you go. We got a little dimensional overload, but I think that will be good. Whoop, that one didn't want to come off. Boy, those are sticky. All righty. Now then, I'm going to put that right about, I want this, I want even amount here, here, and here. Now this is going to go up here, so I don't want to get this. If I'd have put that too far up, this would have gotten in the way. And I want to get this on. Take my... Put this right about there. And then I am going to put some glue on here. Now there's two layers. This is popped up, so I have to compensate. This part is going to go over the top here is why I've got glue, and then I've got my pop-up to end up where it needs to be. Okay, now there's a little tip here on how to get this in here so that it's perfectly seated. In other words, you're not seeing this frame from the front. And I will show you there is an easy trick to do that and get it perfectly, because now this panel and this panel are the same size. Okay, now I'm going to put my glue on the back here. And what I do is I put this exactly here on the front, and then I do this. And so that way, see, it's exactly seated how it should be. In other words, this, you can have whatever written there and have it be okay. Okay, now then, we are going to, oh, I need to get my, I can't reach that quite that far. All my inks are right just to the right of me, but I have a Lazy Susan here that has all my tools and stuff that I use, and so it is in the way of letting me grab them. Okay, be as bold as your lipstick. Okay, and we're going to have to stamp another one of the lipsticks. You always know how to do everything until you start doing lives. Then you find out you don't know how to do anything, and you can't set it up no matter how much you think you've got everything perfectly set up and is going to be okay for you. You find out it isn't. But that's the joys. And another thing, how can you lose something that is sitting within a foot of you? But you do. Okay, and I am going to put this right here. Okay. Now, you can take and do this two ways. You can, this one is colored and cut out and stamped on top. This one is just stamped. And I really like them when they're cut out and put on top because it just adds that extra dimension. So we're going to do it that way. Also, with your commenting, I get emails and everything that people can't comment or interact on YouTube. You have to be signed in, and that is your Gmail account. And that allows you to be able to comment. Okay, now as far as the silver part of this, you can do several things here. You can do it with I have a silver leafing pen. I have a silver, this is a Prisma pencil. This is a metallic marker along with this one. These are kind of old, I don't know. Well, it's working. Because I like having the top silver. A metallic silver. That doesn't, let me see this. I'm going to put this on. If you're going to do it with a leafing pen, you've got to be careful because they have kind of a big tip to be able to. This is a new one, so I've got to get it flowing a little here off camera. Alrighty. And again with this red, you want to just, I didn't do any shading on this, but I don't go right to the line. I go just just a hair off of the line because red always tends to want to bleed. It's like the hardest color to do anything with. Okay. There is a die for this, but the die leaves kind of a halo on it, and I don't want the halo on this particular application here. So how is everybody's weekend going? Anybody, and I love giving the emails, letting me know where you're from and what you're working on. And if you run into a snag with any of the cards I've done videos with, just give me an email. Maybe I can help you. Okay, now I will move these aside and find my ribbon here so I can make my bow. And I have had a lot of requests for bow jigs, and Tim did make some more. So if you're interested in one of those, just email me, Debbie@stampsandstuff.org. They are the easiest way to tie a bow. Alrighty. Okay, now then, I think I want to have this right like this. Alrighty. In fact, I think I'm going to put this like this so that that does not get in the way. I'm on live.
Put what?
I'm on live. Okay, so I've got the bow on right here. There you go. And there's the inside. And in the spirit of no naked envelopes, there we go. So all the pertinent information will be on the website. Give me a few hours. I'll try and have it up by this evening. And also, now I will draw then for this card. You will get one of these cards, and I will draw that Monday morning from those that have liked, shared. And now if you've already subscribed, you just say, it's like going in the drawing. They will say, well, you know they've got a comment. You said liked, shared, I'm already subscribed, and I know to put you in for four tickets for the drawing. Same thing with this. Comment down there that you have shared, because I can't it's more difficult for me to track the sharing. So if you have, then that's what I will draw, and it will be just everything for this video, not for all of the videos like most of the drawings are for. So, and we'll start doing that, and tell me if you're interested in that. But I would be happy to send off the featured card for the video to somebody lucky. And I hope you will try this card. And if you need any supplies, please check my online store. You can go to my blog and hit the shop button. And usually there will be a link underneath this video of where you would go to shop at my online store. So anyway, I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you again. This is Saturday. I'm going to try and catch up those two that I missed this week, so I will sneak another extra one in this week. I'll try my best to do that. So anyway, and I'm kind of scanning here to make sure, because every time I sign off, I figure out what I should have mentioned. So anyway, thank you for stopping by, and thank you so much for your support, and I appreciate you.